Hello everyone and welcome once again to MJ's Maths and Stats. That's MJ Magic Studio to you. I am your host Dost and today still in the ghost mode, Mohit Jain with Capgemini assessment, Capgemini hiring this season and what is their process like. As we know, round 1 MCQ related to technical aspects, round 2 MCQ related to English communication. And as far as English communication round is concerned, we are aware there would be 20 MCQ question which we need to answer in 30 minutes. Pardon me, there would be 30 MCQ question which we need to answer in 30 minutes. Once you have cleared this is an elimination round. Only once you have cleared this, you would be welcomed to round 3, section 3 of Capgemini recruitment. And today I'll take you to section 3. So let's begin now. So Capgemini online assessment section 3, which would be introduced to you once you have cleared that verbal and the first round. They would be asking you to take these games and it's all about games. We have 4 different games along with 1 psychometric test. And what are these? The 4 different types of games are deductive logical thinking, how logical we can think, inductive logical thinking. Third one is working memory, most popularly known as grid challenge. There are many different kind of challenges given to you in this level. And the fourth one is complex planning capability, that is motion challenge. Fine. And the fifth one is psychometric type of test, which are work related behavior. Few statement would be given to you and they would be asking you to grade those statements as per your working behavior. In today's session, we will take up 2 games to learn in detail and how to crack it in the given time. Section 3, Part 1, Games-Based Aptitude Test. We will cater to Game Part A, Deductive Logical Thinking, and Game Part B, that is Inductive Logical Thinking. So, welcome once again. So, game number 3A is Deductive Logical Thinking. This test measures your deductive reasoning ability, but the test takes 6 minutes only. You have only 6 minutes to run this test. The test is based on a grid containing several objects. One cell in the grid is marked with a question mark. There would be a grid and there would be many cells, and one cell would be marked with a question mark. Each object appears only once per row and per column. Mind it, it is per row and per column. Your task is to figure out what object should be in the cell marked with the question mark. We'll take up an example and we'll try to understand the whole gimmick of this deductive logic. Let's go through the instructions quickly. The following pages, which would follow on the actual test day, explain the structure and handling of the test. You can go through it. Afterwards, you will have the opportunity to familiarize yourself with the task by doing an example. An example is also there. You can run that example as many number of times, and the example is not timed and it is not scored. So you go through it, all the instruction. If it is not clear with you, but if you are in this session, your instruction all would be cleared beforehand. Again, once you have gone through the example and have understood how the test work, they have asked you to note something. You have completed the example and should now have understood how this test works. If not, please go back to the instructions. There would be a back key here where the introduction would be written. You can click on it and you can go back again. But please note what need to be do and don'ts regarding this 6 minutes of test. This test will take only 6 minutes. During this time, you can complete as many grids, as many questions as you are able to. It's all depend upon speed, how quickly you are moving on with the game. N number of games, N number of grids you can solve. There is only one correct answer to every question. It is only the answer you give that will impact your result. It is not necessary to complete the whole grid. You are not supposed to fill up everything in the grid. You are just supposed to answer what would be there at the position of question mark wherever it is. And once you answer, green light will glow. Green indicates that your selected answer was correct, and red indicates that your answer was wrong. So now, whether your answer is correct or not, you would be moved on automatically to the next question. Selecting an answer will automatically take you to the next question. So whether a green light glows or red light comes in, whether your answer is correct or not, you will be automatically taken to the next question. And the sequence will keep on going till you have exhausted your entire 6 minutes. There would be the timer at the top which would be showing you time left. Don't look there, just keep on solving the grids. The time will start to count automatically when the first question appear on the screen, and it will start showing you how much time is left. The faster you respond, the more question you would be able to complete within the 6 minutes given. Obviously, your goal is to complete as many questions as possible, as quickly as possible, but please mind it, you should have green light. Correct answers are also important. 15 attempted, 5 wrong, score 10. 10 attempted, 10 correct, score 10. There are high chances of this particular person scoring on a better weightage than this particular person, because his 2/3 answer are only correct and his 100% answer are correct. But it doesn't mean that in the entire 6 minutes you will attempt only one grid. Okay, you also need numbers to give you the weight control weighted marks. So on this note, let's see an example of the grid and how this grid look like. So yes, this is our grid, and we would be playing these grids 4 into 4, and if everything goes right with 4 into 4 and you have solved many 4 into 4 correctly, they will give you 5 into 5 also. It's all up to you how correctly you are moving on. Now, as you can see, in 4 into 4, there are 4 symbols. Let's call it star, circle, triangle, and maybe a square. Q stands for square. These are 4 symbols. In each row, these are columns. In each row and in each column, you will find that these symbols are appearing only once. You can check this out. Okay, any symbol is appearing in any particular row or column only once. Don't go in for diagonals. This grid is different from the diagonal grid. This is not diagonal. In diagonals, it is not necessary that you will get all the 4 symbols. But what is there in each row, in each column, we can see this all 4 symbols, be star, circle, square, or triangles. Now, these kind of grids would be given to us one by one, empty grid, and with the sheer deductive logic, we need to identify what should come at that particular question mark junction. I'll take a few more examples and we'll work it out. So first example on the screen, as we can see that question mark is there in a particular column where we already have three symbols. So obviously the fourth symbol which is being asked for is the missing one. We have a star, we have triangle, we have a square. That means the symbol that will appear here would be a circle. As soon as we mark on this circle, this will go green, okay, and we would be shifted to the next question automatically. So here it would be circle, mark on circle, you will be shown a green glow light, and you would be automatically shifted to question number 2. So again, 2 seems to be simple. Here we have question mark in one particular row and 3 symbols are already there, and we are left with this circle symbol. So circle should come here. As we click on circle, yes, this time I've chosen a green light to glow, and we will have green light. We will have been choosing circle, green light appears, and we are on to the next number 3 on the screen. So a notch higher this looks like, isn't it? If we can see in the first column, the vacant one should be occupied by a circle. Okay, then these 4 symbols are completed in the first column, done. Now if we look at the first row, we have a circle already gone, a square gone, plus sign gone. Then in the missing place, we should have a triangle to fill in. Click on the triangle. You need to move your cursor here and press. That means a click on the mouse, and as you click it, again the green light will glow, and automatically we are on to the next one. Same as the previous one, we guess here it should be a circle to fill in, and once there is a circle in row 1, we have circle, triangle and a square. We are left with this plus sign only. Press on the plus sign or doctor sign, whatever you say, and you will see the green light glowing, moving to the next one. Now a level higher they have given. What should come at this question mark? See, sometimes as the level increases, you need to fill up the outside bodies which is outside this question mark to get in what actually should be there. If I look at the first column, triangle cannot be placed here. That means in first column, triangle should be here. Now if I look at row number 2 and row number 3 and column number 4, in these 2 places I cannot put a triangle. That means in column number 4, triangle should be here. Okay. Now if I look at the first row, circle is there, square is there, triangle is at the end. So at the place of question mark, it should be only plus sign, and at the place of question mark, we will have plus sign. We mark on plus sign and we get the green light glowing, and you are on to the next one. As we'll keep moving on with this, the toughness, the difficulty level will obviously increase, and to solve that we need to practice this a lot. So do practice with me. There should be triangle here obviously to complete this. So we have circle here already, triangle here, this will have no triangle, so a triangle should be here. Here triangle gone, here triangle gone, here triangle. So here we cannot have a triangle, here we cannot have a circle. So triangle is out, circle is out, either it is a square or a plus sign. Now here we will have circle, and one circle is there. Here we will have a square. We can see square in this, we can see square in this, we can see square in this. That means the next square should be placed in place of the question mark. The question mark position is taken up by square. click on square and get to see the green light glowing, and you move to the seventh one. And as the difficulty level is increasing, we know that how to solve this, isn't it? Try to fill in the family first. Here it is circle, so circle should come here, and we are left with a square to be placed at this position. Triangle should be in this to complete column 1. Since triangle is there, a square cannot be featured here. Here we should have a square, and we are left with a plus sign to be placed in place of the question mark. Mark on the plus sign and get the green light. Move on to the next one. Circle. Here we should have a box. Here we have circle, circle, circle should be there. Box should be here. Then here we should have a star. Star already occupied. Star cannot be here. Star cannot be here. That means at this question mark we have a star. We are star now. We'll block the star and the green light glows. We are on to the next example. Okay, now here is the question mark. Square should feature here, and in this column we already have a circle. That means circle cannot be here. Circle has to be at the question mark. It has to be circle. Mark on the circle and get to see the glow on it. Moving on to the 10th one. So to complete, here is no triangle. Triangle should be featuring here. In this particular column, it should not be a square box. Square box should be featuring here. Now circle cannot be here, cannot be here. We have a circle here. Bingo. At the question mark, we should have a 5-pointed star. And as we click on a star, green light glows, and we are prompted to move on to the next one. Okay, here we cannot have a square. Here we cannot have a square. Square should be there. Now circle cannot be placed here. That means in place of question mark we will have a circle, and here we will have triangle. Great. In place of question mark we will have a circle. We'll mark on the circle. Green light glows and prompted for the next one. Wonderful. Okay, let me try to fill this up. Circle, circle. Here we should have a circle. Square, we can't have a square here. There you should have a square. And for the first column I'm left with a star. That means there is no star here. No star here. Here is no star. Here is no star. Here is no star. Question mark is star. At the place of question mark it should be star. And where is my star? Star is there, and let the star glow. Moving on to the next one. Circle, circle, plus sign cannot be here. So star cannot be here, plus sign cannot be here, plus sign cannot be here. In the first row from the end, plus sign should be here. Now again, circle, circle, circle gone. Star. Star cannot be here in the second column. Star cannot be here in the second column. There should be a star. Bingo. So that means in the last row we have a circle, then a star, box, plus sign. The missing one is our triangle. Mark on the triangle, and oops, time's up. As I mark, it shows time's up. So in this run we have completed 13 good deductive logical thinking grids, and with all green marks, congratulations to all of us. Okay, for further practice, there are many sites on internet available. One of my favorite is Brainzilla. You can go and check this out. Brainzilla games for your brain, and in Brainzilla logic games, you will find Greek logic. Go through that Greek logic, and in Greek logic, you will find every uh, like they give new puzzles every 4 hours. Yes. So this is a very easy puzzle, but for this particular puzzle set, we can here we have a different kind of logic moving on, and the logic is that diagonal should also have these four symbols. Okay, so that's why we have like very easy, medium, hard, very hard puzzles to solve. So every 4 hours they give puzzles. They have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In a day we can practice 20 of these kind of grids to like familiarize ourselves and get prepared for the show Capgemini Deductive Logical Thinking. So like if I try to solve this in one particular column, this should not be there. It should come here. This should be there. It is not there. Here comes this beautiful. E is not there. Now here we can't have this symbol should be there. Here this can't feature. This is there. Triangle should be here. Then we have triangle here, and this symbol is here. We are missing out with symbol here, and this is there. Bingo! Congratulations, you solved it. This way you can practice. So games part 2, part B. Once you have completed deductive logic, you would be prompted to go and visit the inductive logic section. This test measures your ability to discover rules and relationships where we founder in complex information. This test takes exactly 6 minutes. Again, in 6 minutes, the same rules. The following pages would be there. Explain how the test works. You will have the opportunity to familiarize yourself with the task by completing several examples. Do that if you are not comfortable with this particular session. The examples are not timed and they are not scored, so please spend as much time on them as you wish. But whenever you are ready, you need to complete this test in 6 minutes until you are fully comfortable with what you have to do. Make absolutely sure that you will not be disturbed or distracted during the test. Once you start the test, it will be for 6 minutes. You have now completed the examples, hopefully, and should fully understand how the test works. You can repeat the instructions and the examples if you wish by selecting the introduction button. There would be a button at the bottom of this particular test where you'd be written introduction, and another button would be next. Next means take the test. Now few things that need to be do-don'ts regarding inductive logical thinking. This test lasts for 6 minutes. There is always only one correct answer for each question. Again, that is, you must always choose only 2 grids that follow the rule. In this, basically what will happen, that 2 grids would be given and 4 question grid would be there. We need to identify that whatever relationship is there in these 2 grid, in which 2 of these 4 grids the same relationship is depicted. The rule always relates to the number and position of objects with the grid. The rule never includes a logical not or statement. You may skip a question. With these questions, you will always get this skip. You may skip it. But what's the point of skipping? Because skipping means it is an incorrect attempt. You may skip a question if you wish. Skipped questions are counted as incorrect, so it's better to try. The time starts automatically at the top, which shows time left, time left, time left when the first question appears on the screen. The test ends automatically after 6 minutes. Don't worry about it. The screen will go off automatically. The test cannot be interrupted once it has started. There is no pause button. And obviously, make absolutely sure that you will not be disturbed or distracted during the test. So let's take up few examples and get prepared for game number 2, inductive logical thinking. Okay, so how this game 3B inductive logic show works. We have two grids given, and these two grids show some relationship. There is some relationship which you need to identify, and then out of these four you need to click on the two grids which you think that depicts or showcase the same kind of relationship as shown here. As many of these games you can play, you just click on the two, and as you click on any two, automatically you would be prompted to go, not prompted, you would be automatically on the next question. Fine, let's see the relationship. 3 same, 3 same here, and I can see these two also same with fixed, and other symbols are different from this. That means here we have 5, 3 and 2 at the top. Here we have 5, 3 and 2 at the top. Other symbols are different. Other symbols are different. So which two shows the same kind of 5-5 relationship? Here we can see square, 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 3, 4, 5, and other symbol are different. So we have 5 and others are different in this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 and others are different. Here we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should be there in the top. 4 and 5th should be there on the top. 1, 2, 3, but 4 and 5th is not there in the top. I'll go with this one and this one. And as you press these two, you would be automatically onto the next screen. One more thing which is identified, that from the rest, two are same. From the rest, two are same. Here also you can see from the rest, two are same. From the rest, two are same. And the other two are different. That's why I've chosen, let me mark it A, B, C, D, and we would be using that. In this, I'll go for A and C. As you click on A and C, you would be there on the next screen. Okay, one more example. Let's count how. We have one symbol 5 times, another symbol 2 and 1, 1. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then triangle is 2 times, circle 1 is square 1. That means this pattern follows 5, 2, 1, 1, 5, 2, 1, 1. Here it is 5 symbols, 2 and 1, 1. Here we have 4, then circle 2, square 2 and 1. Okay, 4, okay, circle 2, square 2 and 1 triangle. Then here we have 5, 2 circles, 1 square, 1 triangle. So it is 5, 2, 1, 1. It is also 5, 2, 1, 1. And we need 5, 2, 1, 1. Go with A and D. In B and C are also same, but that is 4, 2, 2, 1 and not 5, 2, 1, 1. I'll click on A and D. And as I click on A and D, I move on to the next screen. Okay, the best key which I found, that first going for the count of the symbols. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then 1, 1, 1 is the pattern here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 1, 1. So at first instant, I would be looking out for 6, 1, 1, 1 if I can get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all three symbols are different. This is 6111, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and all three different symbol. I'll go with 6111, 6111, that features in B and D, and as you click you are on to the next screen. As said, I always prefer counting with the symbols. So I have 5 2 1 1 here, and again 5 2 for triangles 1 1. Looking out for 5 2 1 1. 1 2 3 4 5 2 1 1. Got it? B. 1 2 3 4 5 2 triangles 1 1. Got it? D. Let us check with these. 1 2 3 off, 2, then 2, then 2, oh, off, 1 2 3, then 2, then 2, then 2. So these two are similar, but they doesn't follow the kind of relationship being shown in the question pair. Going with B and D and on to the next screen. Okay, I'll stick to my policy of counting the figures. 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 1 1 is there. 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 1 1 1 is there. I can see here we have 6 1 1 1. Here is also 6 1 1 1 different. Here is 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 1 1. Here is also 6 but 2 1. Now 6111, 6111, 6111. Our ideology is not matching here. Now we'll go with the formation. The two rows or two columns should be same. Two rows are same. Two rows are same. Bingo, Mr. B, you are not there. I'll go with A and D. And as I click, I'm on the next screen. Okay, now I have two doubly check. 3 2 2 2, which I can see, and here is also 3 2 2 2, but I'll go in with another information again. First column or the second or the third, one of the columns should have the same symbols. So I'll look out for this first maybe. In C, the first column has same symbols. In D, the first column has same symbols. Let's check the sequence out. Here we have 3 3 2 1, and here we have 3 2 2 2. But do we have 3 here but not the same? Not the same, isn't it? Here we have 3 2 2 2. Here also we have like 3 3 2 1. Here it is 3 3 2 1. Here it is 3 3 2 1. I'm looking out for 3 2 2 2. This is 3 2 2 2. This is 3 2 2 2. But again, the relationship shown here is 3 are the same symbols in the first column and 3 are the same symbol in the first column in the second one also. But the count is 3 2 2 2. 3 2 2 2, 3 2 2 2. If I choose these two, first column matches but the count doesn't matches. So whenever you have this kind of dilemma, I'd request you to go in for the count first. If you have more than 2 having the same number of count as we have seen in the previous example, then you go with the shape matching of the pattern. But here I'll go with count 3 2 2 2. Here also I'll take up 3 2 2 2. I'll go with B and D, and yes, that's correct. I'm being now on the next screen. Now let's see here. 1 2 3 4. Okay, corner points are same. 4 2 2 1 is 9. Here also 4 2 2 1. Corner points are same in B. Corner points are same in C. Let's check the number. It is 4 2 2 1. Bingo, fits in. Here also 4 2 2 1, and here it also fits in. Here we have 4, here we have 2, here we have 2, here we have 1, but here it is not matching with the corner points, so discard it. Here we have 4, 2, 2, 1, but these 4 corner points not matching. So all the figures gives us 4, 2, 2, 1. Then we can see that the corner point matches. Go with B and C and you are on the next screen. Let's see, okay, top two same with 6, and these 3 are different. Here also 6 and 3 different. Let me have here, top 2 is same, all 3 are different. This is 6, 1, 1, 1. Here top 2 are same and these 3 are different. Here we can see we have 6, 2, 1 discarded. Here it is 6, 1, 1, 1, but top 2 are not same, discarded. Going for A and D, click it. You are on the next screen. Okay, again the same rule which I can see here. It is 4, 2, 2, 1, but a pattern can be seen. A pattern can be seen. 4, 2, 2, 1. Here we have 4, but I am not amazed. Let me mark this A, B, C, D. Here I can see the pattern here. When I go to B, here we have 4 in the same pattern, and then it is 2, 2 and 1. Okay, it fits in. Same pattern. 4, we have 2, 2 and 1. Here also we have 4, 2, 2, 1, but it is not like matching up with the top 2, bottom 2 pattern. But B and C are somehow matching. Here also we have 4, 2, 2, 1, but not matching with the pattern on the top and the bottom, which goes very clearly with B and C, irrespective that all the counts are 4, 2, 2, 1. Go with B and C and you are on the next screen. Okay, let me mark this A, B, C, D. We have 2 columns of same symbols, 6 and all different. 2 columns of same symbols and all different. Good. In A, 2 corner columns and all different. In B also 6 same and all different. But here in C and D, 2 rows are same with the same count of 6, 1, 1, 1, 6, 1, 1, 1. I'll not select C and D because here the rows are same, but here the relationship is showing the column. We'll go with A and B and bingo on the next screen. Okay, now move this on quickly. The side column 1 and column 3 is same with 6, 1, 1, 1. In A, column 1, column 3 is same with 6, 1, 1, 1. Here rows are same, discarded rows are same. D, column 1, column 3 is same with 6, 1, 1, 1. I'll go with A and D in spite of the fact that all figures counting is 6, 1, 1, 1. A and D on to the next screen. Yes, move in. Column 2, column 3 same with 1, 1, 1. Column 2, column 3 same with 1, 1, 1. 6, 1, 1, 1. A, 2 columns 2 and 3 same. D same, again 6, 1, 1, 1 here, 6, 1, 1, 1 here. It looks like 6, 1, 1, 1 is there in B and C, but column 2 and column 3 same in A and D. Mark on A and D as quickly as possible. Move on to the next screen. Column 2 is same. Column 2 is same in B and D. Let's look out for the next one. 2, 2, 2 is the count for the balance. 2, 2, 2 is the count for the balance. In B, we have 2, 2, 2 matched. In D, we have 2, 2, 2 matched. I'll not select A and C. We'll go directly for B and D onto the next screen. Okay, row 1, row 3 matched, row 1, row 3 matched, and all 3 are different. We have 6, 1, 1, 1, 6, 1, 1, 1 with row 1 same as row 3. Okay, where I have row 1 equals to row 3. Okay, it fits in. Row 1 equals to row 3 with 6, 1, 1, 1. And in D, again, we have row 1 is equals to row 3 with the same symbols with 6, 1, 1, 1. Great. Go with B and D in spite of the fact that A and C have the same count of 6, 1, 1, 1. But column 1 is equals to column 3. So B and D would like show more intense relationship what's been shown in the question, isn't it? On to the next screen. Okay, what kind of relationship? Here we have 5, 2, 1, 1. Okay, 5 on the cross and 2 on the one of the diagonal and 1, 1. I need 5 on the cross. In B, I have 5 on the cross, 2 on the diagonal. It matched 5, 2, 1, 1. On C, I have 5 on the cross, 2 on the diagonal and 1, 1. In spite of the fact that it is 5, 2, 1, 1 in A and it is 5, 2, 1, 1 in D, can't select A and D. It is B and C selected and on the next screen. Okay, column 1, column 2, same and then different. We have 6, 1, 1, 1 with column 1 equals to column 2. In A, column 1 is column 2. In C, column 1 is column 2 with 6, 1, 1, 1, 6, 1, 1, 1. All the other are also 6, 1, 1, 1, but not column 1 with column 2. A and C, click it. Move on to the next screen. Okay, column 1 is column 3 and all are different. In A, column 1 is column 3. In D, column 1 is column 3. In B and D, count is same as 6, 1, 1, 1 in all, but I'll go with A and D, which show the same relationship as in 17. And on to the next screen. So we have this pattern of 4, then we have 2, 2, 1. Pattern 4, then we have 2, 2, 1. Okay, in C I can see this pattern. In D I can see this pattern. Now the count 4, 2, 2, 1. Bingo, it fits in. Now the count 4, 2, 2, 1. But do we have this pattern anywhere else? No. Here it is 5 straight away out. Here it is 4, 2, 2, 1, but it doesn't fit in with this pattern, isn't it? So go for C and D, and yes, on to the next screen. So we have column 1, column 3, same. Oh, all the 3 columns are same. All the 3 columns are same. Here, all the 3 columns are same. All the 3 columns are same. Oh, in B and D, columns are not same. Quickly mark on A and C. Fly to the next screen. What pattern we can see? Row 2, 3, row 2, 3 same and all different at the top. 6, 1, 1, 1. A, columns are same. B, columns are same. C, rows are same, R2 and R3, and all the 3 topmost are different. Going for C and D, and as I click on C and D, time's up. At least we should try and do 20 of such good in the given 6 minutes time. Thank you everyone for staying connected and participating. This is Mohit Jain signing off from MJ's Maths and Stats at MJ Magic Studio to you. Stay connected and I'll come with part 2 where we will take up the third and the fourth game, that is Grid Challenge and Motion Challenge. Capgemini is ours, isn't it? Stay home, stay safe and be strong, India. We all would be fighting out this situation very soon and would be reaching where we want to be. Thank you for the connect once again. It is Mohit Jain signing off.